Welcome to Maths Bridge. We train and learn. We shall continue our C++ programming learning journey. Let's get started. In today's agenda, our learning goal would be we shall see my first C++ program, basic C++ programming features such as comments, cout, cin, and fixing few compilation errors from given program. Let's start looking one by one. Let's look at my first C++ sample program known as Hello World program. You could see here I have a project created and then I have added my source file, and then I could see in the text editor what is my sample program would be. I'm trying to print only Hello World on the console. But if you look at each line by line, the line number 1, 2 and 3 are the including header files. 1, 2, 3 lines are denoted as a header files, which are preprocessor directives. We can talk more about preprocessor later sections. If you can notice, line number 4, 6, 8 and 12 denotes a blank line. As usual, C++ ignores white spaces, so you don't need to think about it. You can keep as many as white spaces as you needed. Look at now line number 5, using namespace std. The header using namespace std tells the compiler to use names for objects, variables from standard libraries. It is most frequently used, namespace for the C++ programs. Now let's look at line number 7, main. The function that always appears in C++ program is int main. The code written inside the curly brackets will be executed. These are also known as executable statements. Here line number 9, cout, is an object used together with insertion operation is to redirecting the string onto console to print the text, right? The return 0 is a statement, the last statement inside the main function, which returns 0. And then line number 13, a closing curly bracket indicates end of the main function. These are the few takeaways that you need to understand, to write your programs. Comments is one of the feature. Comments are used to detail of additional information about a programming logic. When you are writing the code, along with executable statements, we also write some kind of notes. These comments are non-executable statements which are not part of your final compiled output. How to represent comments to exclude from execution? We use / symbol for C++ comments. We can have like a single line comments, we have a multi-line comments. Comment starts with a / but end with end of the line. We don't have any specific symbol for closing. Comments can start anywhere else. If you look at now, there are the comments are started in the middle of the line too. Have you noticed it? Good. So it is best practice to use indentation and comments in your programming to understand the program better. And then writing a comments is basically to help other developers to understand the logic that you built. So it's one of the best practice to capture the description of the logic, within your programming code. Make a note of it. We shall see usage of cout. cout is used to display on console. Take a look at a line number 9. I have hello world string which I would like to display on the console. So what I would use? Cout statement. So what this means, this less than symbol, right? We have a double less than symbol together is known as a insertion operator. This insertion operator is used to put the content on the console, isn't it? If you look at this diagram, I have a C++ variable, assuming this variable contains the hello world. What this insertion operator does, it sends the content of a variable on its right side to object on the left side. So now the left side object will have the content of the right side object, which will be now redirected to the console. That is how IOStream function cout helps us to display the content on the console. Isn't it right? This is most frequently used function within our C++ program, which is similar to printf statement in C programming. Say if you want to read some user input from the keyboard, which object that you have to use? We have to use a cin. Cin is a input statement, and whenever you use in your program, the program waits for user input. So the symbol is double greater than operator, which is called as an extraction or get operator. It extracts the input from the keyboard assigned to the variable. If you look at this here, cin object extract the information from the user, whatever you inputting from the keyboard, and then insert that into the variable. That is how extract operation works. When you execute this program, I could see a cout statement like enter input. Now you are making a cin statement here, so the program waits for the user input. Once user input that value into the keyboard, the cin extract that information from the keyboard and assign that value into your variable. In the line number 10, you are displaying the value which we read now, which is 10. So enter input, user type 10, and then cin statement reads that 10 and then assign that value to the variable. Now you are printing that value of the variable on the console, which it displays as 10. So whatever you read is displayed now. This is how cin works for user inputs. Alright. Can you help me to fix this compilation error? When I try compile this program, it throws me a bunch of compilation errors, wherein I have seen here cout was not declared in the scope, ndl is not declared in the scope, cin was not declared in the scope. This is how I am getting in errors. Any guesses? Can you help me to fix this problem? One of the solution would be cout and cin objects are from namespace std. So either you call out line number 3 uncommented, or you have to explicitly define std : cout, std : cin, similarly std : end of the line. Then you should be able to compile this code. This is one way to resolve this compilation problem. The second solution, using namespace std, add this line before main, then all the objects under this namespace will be recognized by the compiler, so the compiler compiles the program without throwing any errors. right? So two methods we are talking about it. One, you can explicitly define scene cout objects from the namespace std or include using namespace std in your program. Both ways you can solve this problem. Good job, guys.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell icon, and please leave the comment.